Hi folks, here we are down in Morgantown, Pennsylvania. We're at the Classic Auto Mall. They got a whole mall here full of cars for sale. So we're going to show you around and show you all the inventory. They have a website too that you can contact. We're right off I-76. And do yourself a favor, we ran into a little bit of an issue coming along here. Don't miss the exit because there's about a 10 mile back and back over to get back here. But anyway, we'll take you for a walk around in there and show you what we see. Well, we're going to start in this room. There's several big store fronts here that they've emptied out and filled up with vehicles, and then they got the entryway there full of them too. So this is our first time being here, and we'll just take a quick look around. Got a couple panel trucks here. We'll show you as many of the prices as we can. 51.9 on that one. 32 Ford BB panel. Now I have one of these. It's a good project. Kind of a solid Western truck that we got out. It's a Model B with a 4-cylinder engine. We got it back in the, maybe 5 years ago. And the guy had passed away back in 1959. It sat in an airplane hangar ever since. So it needs total restoration. But the interesting thing is I hadn't seen another BB panel. I've seen some half tons or some 33s or 4s, but kind of interesting to see another one there. So this one is a 1940 Dodge 34.5 on that one. Now 39 and 40 are a little different than the 41 to 6s because they don't have a parking light here. That's how you spot a 41 to 6. There'll be a parking light there. This year has it up on here in a sealed beam. 39 would not have a sealed beam, so that's a couple variations. Also notice the thin ram instead of the curly horn on a later one. Pretty cool panel truck though, a little half-ton panel. Here's a Lloyd. I don't see these around every day. This one is 19 grand. So you can go to classicautomall.com if you want to see any of the ones that we don't show, because we're not going to show them all. Here's some Jeeps here. We're just going to kind of give you a rough idea of what there is, and we'll show a few of the prices. But we'll get into the back room here, back area here. Got a square body Chevy right there. That's a good looking one. 4-wheel drive, short box, Scottsdale, 29.5 on that one. See, there's the website and all right there. And just gonna check a couple of these they're working on here. This is cool here, Pontiac Woody wagon. They got a car lift back here and some areas probably where they change batteries and tires and do some stuff that they need to. Got a Thunderbird convertible there, and looks like a 32 Roadster here. Restored original. So these, because they're prepping them, don't have prices on them. Got a Corvette over there, Porsche down there, and looks like, what is this one? What is this one? Oh, an Aston Martin. Okay. I say it looks like a pretty snazzy car there. It is Aston Martin. Here's a Mercedes. We'll jump back out in the front area here. And we got quite a few Chevy pickups here. Different variations. This one's a 94 for 33.5. It's kind of interesting. I mean, they let you walk around them all, check them out, get as close as you want. Here's an advanced design, purple one. This one's cool here, short box. 40 grand on that one. Good looking truck. Looks like most of these are up and going, ready to drive and enjoy. Now this one's got the Thriftmaster emblem, which makes you think of the fancier cab, but this is a 3-window. It's got stainless on the doors, but not on the windshield. This is a 47, so it's the first of this design. And I believe this would have a tank under the bed. I don't see it. It would be on the other side. But they must have modified that a little bit. I think 47, 48, not sure on 49. Tanks are in the bed rather than in the cab like the later ones. A little Ford F100 here. 17.9 on that one. Custom cab, short box. And like I say, we're not going to be able to show all these because there's there's a slew of them. We're just getting a few of them. You can look them up on their website, check them out. Little Toyota Land Cruiser, looks like kind of a good original. Got some rust on the front fenders. Jeep Renegade, here's another Chevy pickup. This one here is 52.5. Not sure what's going on with the bed. It's got like a ramp out the back with a fin on it. It is a wide window cab, so it's kind of something you don't see as often. All kinds of pickups. This is all pickups in this area. Got one of the Dodge SR10s. These are cool here. Got the Viper V10 in it. 48.5 on this one. But I like how they don't pester you, with salespeople and, oh, can't look at this, got it all fenced off. These are where you can get right up and close to them and inspect them, which is what you got to do if you're going to buy one. Little Dodge here. Don't see the price on that one. It's a pilot house with the corner windows in it. And we got another GMC pickup here. This is kind of a nice one. New Jersey plate. Looks like a pretty good Survivor. Looks like maybe original paint on there. It's got a 5-window cab. I think this is just a really good original. It's got the original upholstery. Somebody put some sheet metal over the bed. But it looks like they have a good mix of stuff. Some nice Survivors, some restored, some hot rodded. There's a little square body short box. This one here is 21.9. Any of these things here, you can just pause on them and check them out if we show them. And you can let us know. Look at there's a Ranchero over there, El Camino here, another El Camino here. In the comments, tell us what your favorite vehicle is. If you like the trucks, tell us which one. If you like, we're going to get into the car area on the other side. I always like to hear what people's favorite vehicles are that we show. Here's a Model A little stake body truck. And we got a couple more here. Ford on the left, Chevy on the right. This Ford here is an F100 66 for 25 grand. And the Chevy here does not have a price. That's a long box, good looking Chevy. I kind of like this one right here, a Little Red Express Dodge. These were a high performance pickup back in the day. 43.5, pretty sought after today. This one's a 79. I think they only made them for a couple years. Look at the old 79-80 inspection. That one is really nice and clean. Nice original truck. And we'll check a couple of these back in here. This one here is sold. I mean, this place doesn't mess around. They buy and sell, and stuff's coming and going. So, we get a lot of people that comment on prices of stuff, but if they're doing a business at it and they're actively selling and wheeling and dealing in it, I think they're pretty well versed on the price situation in today's market. This is a nice looking pickup here, 1935 Ford. Looks like it's got a Chevy engine, small block. Good looking little Ford pickup. This one does not have a price on it, but I do like that. This one is a sedan delivery here. Somebody's modified it by putting windows in the side, which to me is a deterrent on that one, but a cool looking rig just the same. Here's a Ranchero. And we got a little Dakota. That's one of the convertible top pickups. These are a good investment right here, in my opinion. This looks like a nice original one, but you just don't see many of them around anymore. I remember when I was a kid, somebody up the road from us had one, and I drive by quite often. Only $23,000 on that for a nice clean truck. I think that is a good investment in my eyes. Here's the other Ranchero here, 351 Cobra Jet. Let's see if we can catch a price on this one for you. This one is $25,900. Yeah, I'll get back over this way a little bit. There's a Volkswagen bus there. Kind of a patina rig, a little rust around the edges. 21.5. Type 2 combi bus. Another Volkswagen here, a Euro van camper. Little camper van. This one's 23.9. Even got a little microwave up in there. And a little toilet. Kind of a cool little camper there. Another Volkswagen here, 79 Volkswagen combi bus like the other one. 19.5, kind of a hippie mobile. This is cool here. This is a Chevy, I guess a motorhome. Right there, tells all about it. 1923 Chevy. Look at the camper out the side of it. Don't see the price information. It's mostly fabric on the roof and stuff. Boy, that's a rare survivor there. You just don't see much like that around. Pretty cool. Early version of a slide out right there. Tilt out. Wow, here's a mail Jeep that's all jacked up. Got an engine coming right up out of the hood. 3-point seat belts there. 15.9 is the price on that one. 74 AMC. Here's your crash bar there. For the passenger, in case they get into a wreck, they got a little piece of foam on there. We got a Chevy here, and I think this is a Dodge Rampage. 1984, 13 grand on that. Got a full roll bar on it with a couple seats back here. Oh, here's a good looking 40 Ford pickup, I believe, here. And you can see there's all kinds of stuff out in the entranceway and cars on the other side. So we'll check those out in a minute. But it's a 41 actually here. It's got a 33.5 on it. Pretty similar truck. But a 41 has this wide waterfall where a 40 has a real thin hood ornament down there. It's pretty similar though. We got an Apache 10 there. Got another one over here. Some custom wheels on it. Chrome grille and all. Oh, look at the International Scout right here, Scout 2. 47 grand on the 64 here. That's a really nice one, short box, custom cab, all ready to go there. Well, this one's had a lot of work done to it, this International. Look at the plastic trim so you don't scratch the paint getting in and out there. Pretty cool Scout. Sure, this one is not cheap. It's had a high grade job done on it. There's a winch on the front. This one is 119, 77 Scout. And we got a little Chevy here with a short box. Kind of a deep metallic red. And here's another sedan delivery here. 69 grand on this one. This one's got Indian motorcycles painted on the side, but see that doesn't have the window cut in it. That's what it should look like compared to the other one over there we saw that somebody had modified. Got a little S10 there. A couple S10, one's Blazer there. This one's 39.9, 51 Chevy. And these were used like plumbers and electricians and service people mostly. They could put their tools and stuff in there. It's based off a car, not a truck. And we get a couple Chevys there. Check this Ford out. It's a short box, F100. 1970, 53.5. That's a really nice one there. So prices are up and down. It depends on the quality of the work and the craftsmanship and time and energy that's spent on something. This one's $24,000 on this one. 49 Jeepster. And I really like this one here. This is a Dodge 77 or 8 with that grille. It's a short box and it's kind of silver and black. Does not have a price. And they're calling this one a 78. I've had a couple like that over the years. And we got a Studebaker here, 1960 Studebaker pickup here. And this is kind of cool because it's got the big square bed that they use. I believe that's a Ford style bed that Studebaker used later on. I'm not sure on that one, 19.9. Maybe somebody that's into Studebakers can give us the history on this style bed here. Sure looks a lot like a Ford bed. Studebaker tailgate, but or maybe it's a Dodge. That could be too. I don't know. I think there's some more story behind that bed right there. So maybe somebody could let us know in the video. And we got a Chevy pickup here. Good looking street rod Chevy. And we're going to jump over to the other side here. Well, like I said, we're not going to be able to show them all, but we're going to show a bunch of them. Here's a 1916 Cole here. Price is $69,000 on that. It's a touring car. We're kind of on the back side of them. That has a V8, I believe. It's an early V8. There's a 35 Rolls-Royce limousine. Boy, it's hot back in here. I don't think they have AC in this part. There's a 38 Packard. And this is a 12-cylinder, 189 on that one. Good looking classic Packard. Maybe we can, I don't think you can get to the front of these. You can look through them through that window, which I would do, but they got music out in the center area, so I gotta watch out for that. There's a 36 Pierce Arrow here. This one is 105. It's a V12 classic Pierce Arrow. Get on the other side of this post here. There you go. And here's a 39 Packard. This one's 51.9. But as you can see, there's stuff down that hallway too, and we're gonna get further back there as well, but just checking what we come by first here. Got a GTO Judge, got a Willys coupe here. This one's 79.9. It's a 41 Willys. And we got a Studebaker here. It's a nice looking Stud. Notice the little parking lights up on top of the fenders. It's, I think, a Golden Hawk. Yeah, Golden Hawk, 57 Golden Hawk hardtop, 89.9 on that one. Real high grade restoration on it. Well, it feels like they got some circulation fans. Almost feels like the heat is on in here. It's really hot in this room. I think they might be having an AC malfunction or something. Anyway, here's a 29 Plymouth here. Get on the other side. 29 Plymouth, little 3-window coupe. Got the rumble seat on the back. Wooden spoke wheels there. Oh yeah, it's definitely heat coming right out of there. It's hot, hotter than heck in here. That's a DeSoto, the next one. There's a big vent right above me there, and I can just feel hot air pouring down. It's ridiculously hot right there. 98 grand on this. A 69 Dawn Long dragster right there with a Hemi engine in it. That's pretty cool. And we got a 71 Challenger RT, 165,000 on that one. 440 6-pack. And a 62 Volkswagen bus there. There's a Jag here, XKE 2+2, 1969 for 75.9. Good looking Jag right there. Looks like they must have sold something right there. I got the Wall of Fame back there, looks like. Here's a 69 Charger. This one's 90,000. This one is sold. Sold on that one. So there's another one that's sold. Here's a 32 Ford front end. It's a bar. It's kind of interesting. And we get a little Porsche tractor here. These are kind of unusual. You don't see these around much. 39.9 on that. Made in Germany. Little Porsche tractor. For those of you that didn't know, that's the Porsche automobile company, but they made tractors as well. Mercedes there. Another Mercedes. This one is a 2016 for 89 grand. A lot of value in this place. There's a Plymouth Woody wagon. This one is 78,000 right there, 47 Plymouth. Quite a slew of stuff, isn't it impressive? Rolls-Royce there. Like I say, we're not going to show all of them because this video would take days. There's a lot of stuff here. I think they got about 900 cars here. 69.5 on that one. Rolls-Royce convertible. Got a Mustang here. Another little Willys fiberglass body dragster. That one's 63,000 on that. Get over on this side here. There's a Malibu Chevelle 66. It's got a 454, tells all the stuff about it. 75,000. Chevy hardtop here, 55. 92,000 on that one. So here again, you see prices all over the board. Things from mostly from the 20s up to 100 and something, what we've seen so far. But you know, if you get something that's 20,000 or whatever, even if you got one for free and it was rough, it would take you all of that to restore it. It's expensive to get a paint job, do all the mechanics and everything. 99.9 on that, little Willys. So, you know, you got to take that into account. That's some of the value is, you know, in the workmanship, not just the vehicle. You know, just about all times, you're better off to buy something that's done than to spend a lot of time and money working on something that it won't be worth what you got into it. Looks like they got another workshop back here. Even a paint booth back in there. Got a Mercedes back there in the paint booth. A little hot rod and a Mustang on the lift there. This one is a Volkswagen Porsche Tribute, 1969, little Volkswagen turned into a Porsche, sounds like. Got a Mustang here. Look at the little Spider here. 55 Porsche Spider, deck 550, sorry. 75,000 on that one. You got another Mustang here. There's a Viper, V10 Viper. This one's a 98, 57.5 on that. 8-liter V10. How many miles on that? 23,000 actual miles. Pretty cool car. Got a Thunderbird convertible here. We got a Trans Am back in there. There's a Dodge Polara. And I think they have all their salespeople working in those desk areas. I'd be feel bad for them today with that heat coming in there. This one's a Polara 500. It's a 62. 89.9. It's got a 413 max wedge in that. So that's an early muscle car. Got a Corvette. Ooh, look at the Hemi. There's a Cobra here. Hemi Charger here. Charger RT. 180,000 on that 426 Hemi. One of 475 built. And there'll be a lot less than that survived. Got a 428 Cobra Jet Cougar here. And another Chevy Advanced Design. That's a 5-window. We'll show you this one here. This one's 110. There's all your information. Those are big money cars there with the big option engines.
Some really old.
See what the 5-window Chevy here is. This is kind of a cool one. It's got all the accessory trim on the front fender. 135,000 on that one. It's got a 350 engine. It's been all custom, modern mechanics in it. Got a trike there. Got a few more. Here's a McLaren right here. This one is a 2019 McLaren Coupe for 184,000 there. And we got another Dodge Viper there. But we'll get back over to this side here, show you a few of these. No, that we saw there's a 56 Chevy convertible back in there. We get along this side here, we got a Jag here. And we got a Corvette next to it. This one's 94,000, 58 Jag. So there's some really cool stuff. Here's a couple more Woody wagons, Fords. This one's a 1950 for 55,000. Here's the 41. For 84.9. Now back to the point of buying something that's done rather than doing one yourself. Saving the money is a good concept, but there are certain people, and I being one of them too, that like to work on stuff yourself to get it done right. A lot of times as a GTO, and sometimes also you can finance a car by working on it. You can buy the rougher one cheaper, then you can spend money a little here and there on parts and do some of the work yourself and get into it cheaper that way. But if you're paying somebody else to do it, you'll have a lot more in it than you could buy one for that was already done. That's kind of what I was getting at. Anyway, we're going to jump down the road a ways here. Well, we're in one of the other rooms here. There's a couple customs back here. 1955 Mercury Montclair, 62.5. So this place also, I believe a lot of these are on consignment, because I mean this would be a massive inventory for one person. So I think you can consign a car here to try to sell it. So if you're looking to sell stuff too, this might be a good option for you if you live out this way. 64.9, 62 Thunderbird Roadster. This thing is wild. Look at the clear top. It's all heavily customized. That's a cool car. And you can see there's just a slew of them in here. We can't get too close to those hallways because we got music going out in the hallway. So we're going to kind of stay at the backs of these rooms. You got a Mustang here, Cobra hatchback. This one is a 1993, and it only has 28,000 miles, one owner, 5.0 for 92,000. But that thing is cherry mint. I mean, look at the inside of it. Really nice, original. So I'm guessing that they probably appraise the car for you, give you an idea of what you could get for it and things like that. If you want to sell one and bring it in. 58,000, 57 Chevy two-door post right there. Good looking Chevy. Now look, here's a Cosworth Vega right here. Twin cam Cosworth. There it is. And it tells you all your information here. 16.9 on that one. Don't see those around every day. And we got a Ford convertible here. This one's a 1952. 63.5 on that one. All nicely done up. Got wire wheels on it and all. There it is right there. Looking good. And we got a Corvette here. Nice looking little Corvette convertible. Don't know if they have the price on here. We'll check it for you. Yep, 75 on that one. Look at the Barracuda here, the first series Barracuda. Plymouth. No price on that one. Another little Ford here. This one's a Victoria Crestline. Right there, 34.5. It's a 54. It's a two-door hardtop. Look at the accessory bird on the hood. That's pretty cool. Don't see those very often. Got another Chevy back here. This one's a Malibu 65, 43.9, and it has a 383 stroker in it. Just gonna check out this Dodge convertible. Here's a Dale Earnhardt special here. Special edition. And we got a little Dodge convertible here. Nice looking Dodge here.
I like these.
Show you the info. It's 1940. Luxury liner. There's all your information. 32.9 on that one. Well, we'll jump out here towards the front, kind of pan over these ones out in the front for you. We get quite a few customers coming in here. There's quite a few vehicles out in the parking lot. Got a Corvette here, 29,000 on the 71 Corvette. See, some of these are probably on loan or on consignment. That one's even Massachusetts. They got plates all over the place. There's a Mustang Fastback here. But it's kind of interesting to see the prices and see what, you know, People are actively trying to get for this stuff. 42.9 on that one. It's got a 302 in it. Quite a few different Mustangs in this room. And we got a 427 Cobra Jet here. Cobra Roadster. This one's 59,000. After market model. There's an American Austin. Look at the 57 Chevy. Look how they haul them. It looks like a electric pallet jack, and they just drag the cars out. There goes a 57 Chevy. They don't want to get all the fumes in here running them, so they just drag them out with that electric cart. Kind of interesting. This one's all street rotted up, hot rodded. 37.5 on that one. Well, this room looks to have a lot of import cars here. There's a Fiat here for 16.5. 84 Fiat Roadster. There's MGs and all kinds of stuff in here. We'll kind of pan over the top of them when I get back. Here's an MG for 19,000. It's a 51 TD model. Look at the little, is this a Honda, I think? Let's see what year it is. 72 Honda, 600, 8,500 on that. But anyway, you can see there's all kinds of different little import cars back in here. There's 3 MGs right in a row there. Another MG here. There's quite a few MGs actually. Get this one here. I'll check a price on it. 8,900 right there. 79 MG. And this one is 11,900. 72 MG. Anyway, we'll get to the next room here. There's a little Triumph. This is kind of interesting. They got a porcelain sign there, but they've printed that off. It was an auction. They had it online probably, and they grabbed the picture and printed it out because there's like the auction number. It's printed onto a piece of aluminum. It's kind of an interesting thing to do. You think you'd grab a picture of one without the auction number on it. Well, we got another room just chock-a-block full of them. There's so many cars here. It's crazy. 67 Pontiac Firebird. 51.9. It's a convertible. Got a Corvette here. This one's 59.9 on that. We'll jump back to the back of the room here a little bit. There's an Oldsmobile. 2-door sedan. Here's a nice looking Ford convertible here. We're just going to check a few of the prices here and there. 36.5 on this one. 63 Ford.
Yeah.
Here's another little Ford sedan delivery. 33. That one is 46.5. And a 57 Chevy here. Corvette and Mercedes. Here's a Malibu here. This one's 35.9 on this one. Got a Daytona pace car here. This one's 47.9. And you can see there's quite a few back in there. Looks like a Rambler way in the back corner there. There's a Buick right here. Got a Hemi Mopar. And we'll jump to the next room. Well, you can kind of see what I mean here. I mean, it's just crazy. This is the area that I can't really walk in because of the music, but that's like the lobby or a rotunda or whatever you want to call it in the center of this old mall. This was a shopping mall, and they bought the whole thing, and now they're just selling classic cars out of here. But it's just crazy. We've been going down those rooms showing you some of them, but there's hundreds of them in the hallways as well. But we're going to jump through this room here a little bit, show you a few of these. A lot of Camaros and stuff back in here. Here's a 67 Camaro tribute car, 55,000. Look at the Mustangs lined up here. Here's a couple Camaros. We got Mustangs all along in here. They face them towards the windows, so if you're walking down the halls there, you can just look in the windows like a showroom and get to the areas you want. But there's just a giant collection of stuff here. You can see that here's a Corvette here, right there. I don't know, there's just too many to name. Here's a Thunderbird here, another Thunderbird. I mean, if you're looking for things like Thunderbirds, Corvettes, Camaros, there's like dozens of them to pick from each model. 39.9 there. So it's quite a place. And if you're in the Pennsylvania area, it's really a must-see. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff here. Another Camaro here. This one's an 84 for 12.9. So, you know, like that. There's some things that are more affordable. If you can't afford these $50,000 cars and stuff, you can get one like that. That's much less, and that's kind of nice. You know, they get quite a different selection of them. So that's kind of why I like to come see. I'm not up to buying $50,000 and $100,000 cars myself, but it's nice to see the price comparisons. 24.9 on this 86 Mustang SVO. See, here's more Thunderbird, Corvette, all kinds of stuff. It's really amazing. I had no idea it was quite this big when I came down here. 65 Corvette, 90,000 on that one. And I assume they work on a commission or something. I'm not exactly sure how they do the sales. You'd have to look it up. Mustang here. You know, they probably charge a fee to bring it in. Otherwise, people would just bring them in for storage. Maybe there's a monthly fee or something. I don't really know. And then maybe a commission on top. I don't know. You'd have to look that up. There's all kinds of Mustang, Camaros, Corvette, all along the side. Here's a Pontiac here. Another Mustang 5.0 convertible. 25 grand on the 73 Pontiac Firebird formula there. There's a Datsun here. If you guys into Datsuns, see if we can catch a price on that for you. There's quite a different selection of stuff too. I mean, there's lots of the same one, but that's just because there's so many. Type LT on the Camaro here. 72 Datsun 54.5. But anyway, we'll jump to the next room. Well, we're back in one of the other nooks and crannies here. There is just every little place here is full of cars. It's quite something. Pontiac here. This one looks like a good original paint and stuff from the looks of it. Really nice interior in that. It's a 59, 25,000. Look at the interior. Looks like all nice original. You know, a little patina on the paint, but that just shows you it's the original. That's the real deal right there. And you can see we got a few Mercedes in here. Olds 442. There's a Ford Gasser back in there. Oh no, this is another Chevy Malibu. These are real popular for making drag cars and stuff. 18,000. It's a 79 Malibu. See, this one's from Maine. It's a Packard. 36 Packard 120 series. 41.5. And we got a little Dodge here. Two-door sedan. Rambler American convertible. Look at the Packard donut chaser right there. 24 grand on the 64 Rambler American convertible. Here's the Impala here. This one's a 1960 Impala. 45,000 on that. It's got a 283 in it. Really nicely done. There's a Fiero and a Mercedes back in there. We'll check out the Dodge right here. You can see there's a Cougar, there's a Studebaker, there's a 57 Chevy. But we'll check this Dodge out real quick, and then we'll jump to the next room. This one's a 55 Dodge, two-door sedan, Coronet model, 18.9 on that one. And looks like a 39 Ford in front of it. Yeah, we'll jump in another room here. There's a Pontiac Fiero. Bunch of Corvettes in here. Look at all the Corvettes and Camaros, Mustangs. Look at them all. Isn't it crazy? It's a Trans Am. Haven't seen one of these yet here, I don't think. There's a second one right there, a blue one. This one's an 82 for 21,000. There's the newer style Thunderbird. Mustang, Corvette, Camaro back there. Here's another Camaro convertible. This one doesn't have a price on it yet. And we got, what is this one here? Datsun. This one's a 72 Datsun for 36.9. We're going to keep walking up the row here. There's another Camaro. This one is a 1992 for 18.9, and we got a Corvette here, another Corvette. So we're gonna pan around and show you them, then we'll jump to the next room because there's just way too many to show them all. Well, this room's got more antiques and stuff. This one had a little top issue. Looks like they hauled it in a open trailer there, peeled the top a little bit, but this is a 1930 Model A, two-door sedan, 12.9. Here's a 28 or 9, two-door sedan. This one's really nicely done. Real high-end restoration on this one, 34.5. This is a Roadster pickup, 39.9, real nicely done. Look at the little toolboxes in the back, that's interesting. Here's a little Chevy Huckster, 17.9 and 1928. Got an Edsel mixed in here and a 55 Ford over there. This one's a Crown Vic right here. Kind of a patina car, older paint job, 19,000 on that one. There's a screen side delivery Model T. This one's 1921 for 17.9. Notice the dual windshield there, one on either side. You can open up either half. Kind of a cool rig. And here's a Model A here. This one's got a wooden Huckster style body on it. Another Model A up that way, but here's a Buick here, 1928 Buick. 18,000 on that one. There's a Model T Roadster. This one is a Metz. You don't see too many of those. There it is, Metz. 17 Metz for 25.9 on that. Here's the other Model A I was talking about, a coupe. This one is 17.5 on that, Model A coupe. And we got a, this is a modified one, cut down, made into a pickup. This is another Roadster pickup here. This one is 27.5. And then we got a few Roadsters here. From there we'll jump into the other room. This is a Model T, and the other two on the other side are Model A's right there. Well, this is kind of a mixed room here. Got all kinds of different stuff in here. See your Corvette over there. This one here looks like a Buick, 37 Buick, four-door sedan, street rod. There's a Corvette, and there's a Firebird, and all kinds of different stuff in there. Got an old Chrysler down there. There's a Cadillac over here on the side. But it's kind of a mixed catch-all in here, looks like. Check out that Cadillac real quick. I think that might be a 60 special with the lower body like that. Look at all the chrome on that. Don't see a price on that one. A little Chevy sedan there, 27. Not sure what the bigger 20s car is back there. Looks like a Lincoln back in there to the right. And we got an Olds convertible. But we do have some music that we're dealing with, so we're just watching out for that. That's why we're kind of staying in these rooms, not getting into the halls much, although one of the rooms had some real high-end stuff, and they had that one so you couldn't even get into it. Looks like it had some Ferraris and Cobras and all kinds of stuff in there. So, you know, check out their website, because there'll be a lot of stuff that we don't show on this video. That's for sure. This one here is a Whippet. Whippet sedan. Here's an Oldsmobile. Looks like we got a Lincoln or Mercury. This one's a Mercury here. Yep. Mercury coupe there. We'll check out the price on that. That's one of my favorite ones right there. 34.5, 49 Mercury right there. And we got a Packard on this side, and looks like maybe a 40 Ford pickup there. Well, as you can see, there's all kinds of stuff in these hallways. We just can't show them all because of the music situation, but that kind of gives you a glance at what some of them are. And here's that room I was talking about over here with all the high-end cars that you can't get into. This one's locked, so you can't get in there. There's Ferraris and Porsches and Hemi Challenger back there with 33,000 miles. It's all kinds of impressive stuff. So, you know, it's just a must-see kind of place. Just all kinds of stuff here. Every corner you turn. Look, there's a Henry J over there. There's Prowlers, there's Corvettes. All these hallways are just totally full of stuff. It's really quite a spectacle. So get down here if you can. We're gonna see if we can show you a few more with prices down in some of these rooms down this way. Yeah, looks like another room of miscellaneous. Got a Corvette and a Fiero on the end. Got a Corvair here. There's a Mustang with a full roll cage in it. This one's a 65, priced at $23,900. And we got a 55 Ford there. Look at the Lincoln Continental right here. That's impressive. These were a high dollar car when these were new. Cost a lot of money, more than most Cadillacs did at the time. 49.5. It's a 1956 Mark II. There's another 55. This one's a Sunliner convertible. Nice looking Ford right here. 39.9 right there. Top goes down, price goes up. There's another convertible right here, another Ford GT. It's a Fairlane 500 convertible, 24.5 on that one. And we got a 57 Chevy. Here's a Ford with a grill guard. I always like these grill guards on here. It's a 55 Ford. Notice that goes off the bumper. This is another convertible. 63.5. This one's a little higher dollar one. Nice high gloss paint job on that. So I mean, there's just C's and C's and C's of stuff. We just cannot possibly mention them all. We're just getting a tip of the iceberg here. 66 Charger here, 45,000. I had a Charger like that a few years ago. Kind of wish I'd kept it. It was a nice solid Western car. 22.9 on that. 53 Sunliner, kind of a custom deal with a different grill in it. Monte Carlo. 28.9 on the 72 Monte Carlo. T-Bird in the middle here. And from there we'll jump to another room. Oh, we got another smaller room back in here. Here's a 57 Chevy 210 wagon, 48,000. It's a two-door wagon there. See if I can get back enough to, it's kind of hard to get back from them because there's so many packed in here. Pontiac here. This one's 1970 GTO, 59.9 on that. It's got a 400 V8. What is this? Previously owned by Hugh Hefner and Steve McQueen. Well, that's kind of wild. Now it could be you. You could be your own Hugh Hefner here. It's 1973, 39,000. We'll show you the rest of it. Hugh Hefner might have put that piece on there. That's wild, huh? Some sort of boat tail with multiple rows of seats. Well, here's a Buick. It's got the Kennedy Johnson sticker on there, political sticker. It's a 1960 Buick Electra. Two-door hardtop. That's pretty wild. Now look at the styling on that. Look at the fins on the front over the headlights. Pretty wild. Got a Firebird back here. See if we can get a price on this Buick. 26 grand on that, 1960. It's got a 401 cubic inch. There's a Pontiac Grand Prix here and a little Ford convertible. This Pontiac is 1975 for 19.9. The Ford here, the custom car, is 59.9. There's a Riviera Buick. This is a really nice one here. Good looking car. Don't see the information on that one. Here's another custom build here, and we've got a couple of Chevys on this side. Two-door posts. This one here is 54.5. And this custom car here, is this a Ford or a Lincoln? Let's see. It's had so much modifications done. Maybe it's a Mercury, I don't know. No, it's a Ford. Yeah. 53 Ford, 26.9 on that. And we got a Buick Riviera over here. Look at the blue one. Check the price on that real quick. Look at the old soapbox derby car there on display. Here's the Riviera. 33.5 on that one. 64 Riviera hardtop. Well, we got another kind of a miscellaneous from. Here's a 37 Ford Coupe here. 24.9 on this one. Looks like a good original Survivor. Some cracking in the paint, but a pretty good looking car. And we'll keep walking here. Got a Ford Mustang, Mercury Comet convertible, Monterey, that's the bigger Mercury there. 55 Ford, you name it. Here's the 57 Chevy wagon. This one here is 29.9. Just giving you a rough idea what's here. Thunderbird, 57.9 on that one. 1960 bird, square bird. The Mercedes there. Here's a Chrysler New Yorker, 53.9. 331 Hemi in that. Got a Buick there. There's a fastback Chevy. Fleetline Aero, 23.9. The Aero sedan, we just sold a couple of those. Got a 51 Ford here. Here's another Crown Vic right here, pink and white on that one. That's pretty wild, huh? Get that one for your wife. 427 Chevrolet, and a Mustang, and another 57 Chevy. And there's a couple you don't see every day. Big Lincoln convertible here, 4-door convertible. This one is, let's see, 36.9, 65 Lincoln. And here's a Citroen, French car, station wagon too. This one's a 1969 for 39.5. But we'll just kind of scan over these, show you a couple that we catch our eye. Here's a Roadrunner here. And we've got a couple Ford Coupes. This is kind of a nice patina car here, this little Ford Coupe. 1939. This must be a 39 standard. And here's the price and stuff. $30,500. Yep, standard coupe. Looks like a good original Survivor. And the Roadrunner here is a 383. Right there for $58,500. 69 Roadrunner. And let's see what else we got in here. Hudson. Nice little Hudson sedan. This one is $13,000. 1941. So there's a little something for everybody here. Older stuff, newer stuff, lots of muscle cars, hot rods, you name it. Thunderbirds, Mustangs. It looks like a 37 Chevy Coupe back in the corner there. You're gonna get a purple Packard. I don't see too many Packards. It's almost like a plum crazy purple. 18.9 on that one. See if there's a price on this 37 Chevy Coupe. Yep, 33.5. Oh, here's kind of a rarer car over in the corner here. Looks like a 39 Plymouth convertible sedan. California World's Fair plate on it. Look at the fog lights too with the stripe lenses on them. Those are cool. Notice the bumper guards there. 39.9 on this one. One of 387 built. See, I told you it was a rare one. That's like hardly any production on that right there. Cool looking one for a Mopar guy. Another Thunderbird here. This one's 22 grand, 57 Thunderbird. Here's a Ford retractable. Skyliner. This one's a 1959. Price is $43,000. Here's a Mercury Monterey 67. 6,400 bucks right there. Looks like a good Survivor original. Original interior and paint mostly. Got a 60 Chevy, another Monte Carlo, and we got an Olds convertible there. Well, we got all kinds of different stuff out here. We're down by the south door there. See them all lined up in here. But we're gonna jump into this room here. Look at the Model T, high Model T coupe there. Look at get the door open there. What are they doing? Getting a couple out or what? Back in here, we got a Nash convertible. It's 1946, 7, somewhere in there, Nash convertible. But we'll get along the edge here and show you what there is. Just kind of walk along these. There's just amazing. I mean, I'm getting tired just walking around this place. It's really, really something. There's a Buick. There's another Plymouth Coupe there, Model A hot rod. Thunderbird, Mustang. Here's a good looking Z28 right here. See if we can catch a price on that one. $36.9, 1970. Just kind of panning around the room. This room looks like they're moving stuff in and out. I think that's why they got the garage door open. There's a Buick Riata. These are cool looking. And we got a Ford or a Mercury. Let's see. I think it's a 41 Ford convertible on the other side there. But we do have some music there we're watching out for, so we're trying to get back here where it doesn't show up. Look at this Woody. This is impressive. A Pontiac Streetliner Woody, 1948. 52.9 on that. That's pretty wild right there. You won't see too many of those around. Pretty rare car. And we'll just kind of pan along these. Looks like a nice Packard over there on the end. Project car from the looks of it. And we got a few muscle cars and a couple trucks back here in the corner. There's some Mercedes over that way to the left. We'll get back in here, see what these two trucks are. Looks like 35 Fords, both of them, I think. One's a pickup, one's a bigger truck. This one looks like a street rod. Let's see what the price is on this one. We got $45.9 on that one. And this one looks more of a restoration. $31.5 on that one. And this is an interesting, it's an early auto car here. Kind of a Survivor, needs to be restored. I don't see any information on it. Notice the hard rubber tires, heavy metal frame. Pretty simple back then. And we'll just kind of walk around these and we'll go on out to the next room here. There's a few of those right there. Nice little Chevy with a scoop on the hood. And we got a Toyota Supra. See what the price is on that one. Kind of mix it up a little bit. This one is $25,000, 1990 Supra. Well, we're back here in another room. We're going to finish it up in this room. It's because we got to get back on the road. We got a couple more videos to make today. There's a Ford F100, Chevy square body. This is another room full of pickup trucks. Got some Jeeps back there. $24.9 on that one. So it's kind of a mix back in here. Look at that big monster pickup back there. Another Jeep here. See what the Jeep is. $24.5 on a 73 Jeep. But I hope you liked the video. I mean, we had fun doing it. If you like this kind of stuff, please give us a thumbs up, give us good comments. Subscribe if you haven't already. We really appreciate all that stuff, and that's what makes it all possible. There's a Chevy panel truck with windows in it. Look at this monster power wagon back here. They got some of their tall ones. Big Chevy square body up on tall rubber there. Look at that winch on that. It's crazy. But anyway, you know, tell us also in the video, give us comments as to what you liked, what you didn't like, what things you thought were good deals. There's a power wagon here, Dodge power wagon. See if we can catch a price on this for you. Got a couple boats back here even. This one's even for sale. Chris Craft, 1955, $39.9. It's kind of wild. Got the boats right in here. Oh, this power wagon is sold, it says. 50 grand is what it sold for, 1951 power wagon. There's a slew of trucks back in here. Anywhere from more modern ones to early ones. Back in here is a Republic. We got an early GMC here. This one's 24.5. It's a 1916 GMC with the hard rubber. These both have the hard rubber tires. Here's the Republic. This one is 12 grand, a 15 Republic. But there's several different older ones back in here. A couple Model Ts. Look at the International. That's an interesting build there. A little flatbed on it. And we got a Chevy pickup here. Two Chevys. I'm walking in between a couple here. 24 grand on the 79 K10 long bed. Got a really good paint job on that one. This one's out of Iowa here on the plate. Kind of a Survivor. Look at the Suburban here. This is cool. But, you know, we're hoping to give you an idea of some of the prices. Just a rough idea of what they have. You know, it's a little different than our normal videos. $33.9 on that one. but we're up for anything. And this is one of those times we were out here and figured we could make it happen, so we did. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next round.